This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1850, Marriage Rights for Singles, by Keith Wilson of keithwilsoncounseling.com. Hello, everybody. Your host, Greg Audino here. How you doing today? I'm pretty swell, and I'm happy to have you here with me as I am back to narrate to you from more of the world's best relationship content. Today, I'll be reading from the work of Keith Wilson, one of my personal favorites. As he tends to do, Keith is introducing a pretty new and fresh idea today for us, something to challenge our thinking in healthy fashion. How can marriage rights be introduced to singles? He's got some ideas, and I think that they could really foreshadow what we will see more of in the future. But that's my opinion. Yours may differ. Let's get into this so you can decide for yourself as we optimize your life. Marriage Rights for Singles by Keith Wilson of keithwilsoncounseling.com. We live in remarkable times. For decades, heterosexuals have been fleeing the institution of marriage, first by divorcing in great numbers, then by living together outside of marriage and by delaying it to later in life. At the same time, homosexuals have won the right to marry. They understand the benefits of committing yourself to someone, to have and to hold from this day forward, for richer and for poorer, in sickness and in health, for as long as you both shall live. Go figure. Now that seems to be settled, despite the deep social and political conflict and polarizing culture wars of the past few decades, I would like to float a proposal. Marriage rights for singles. Yes, that's right. It's about time that single people reap the considerable benefits that marriage affords. Many say the decline of marriage is responsible for many ills in our society, everything from juvenile delinquency and crime, to entrenched poverty and mental illness, to child abuse and the undermining of fatherhood. We've got more fractured families, more economic insecurity, less social mobility for those on the lower rungs of the economic ladder, and more childhood stress. Our common culture is fraying. The decline of marriage endangers the very foundation of a middle-class society. Everyone should have the opportunity to marry. That's what homosexual marriage has taught us. Let's be more inclusive, if only to repair our culture. I know what you're going to say. Single people already have the right to marry. Yes, but they have to get married to be married. Getting married is a difficult thing. First, you've got to find someone compatible from a field of thousands or millions in urban areas. For modern singles, it's a problem of too many choices. If your potential partner has a minor flaw, you move on because there are plenty more to choose from. The odds of two people being perfectly mutually compatible in every way are astronomical. Then they've got to find each other. Who's got the time? Working people are working 80 hours a week, and unemployed people are, unemployed, and who wants to marry them? Even if you find someone compatible, then you've got to bet that they'll stay that way. You're going to be expected to stay with that person for the rest of your life, and life these days is very long. The demands on spouses are great. Your spouse has got to be the hottest lover, the most effective parent, the most diplomatic in-law, your best friend, tennis partner, travel companion, helpmeet, bed warmer, boss schmoozer, and arm candy all in one, forever. Just try to find that on Match.com. So, you see, it's very difficult to get married and stay married. If single people are going to reap the benefits of marriage, we will have to lower the threshold. How can we do that, you ask? The buddy system. Remember the buddy system? You were in camp and it was time to go swimming. The counselor called out, "Buddy up." You chose your buddy, or one was chosen for you. The idea was that if you began to drown, the buddy would notice it before anyone else and rescue you before the lifeguard could even get into the water. The buddy system is used for similar reasons in the military and by Mormon missionaries. Variations to the buddy system include AA sponsorship, the spotting that weightlifters do, and the partnering found in police cars. Buddies are found everywhere. Batman had Robin, the Lone Ranger had Tonto, Starsky had Hutch, and Thelma had Louise. The benefits of buddying up are obvious, extensive, and profound. If single people were to buddy up, they could reap many of the advantages of marriage. Going to college? Get a study partner. Need an apartment? Get a roommate. Starting a job? Find a mentor. Your girlfriend's causing too much drama? Download it all to a friend and sort it out. Raising a child alone? Don't do it. No matter what, don't do it. Recruit some people to help you. Buying a car, a house, going into business? Don't sign a thing till you talk with someone first. Getting old and afraid to die alone? Find someone to do it with you. I'm not talking about just friends who you go bowling with, go to the game with, go shopping with, or get plastered with. I'm talking about a buddy. Remember, when you were set to go swimming at camp, you were about to do that with a whole gang of kids, your friends. Just having friends is not enough. You need to pair up with a designated, mutually acknowledged, co-responsible buddy. Someone obligated to drop everything for you and vice versa. A relationship as close as you would have with your spouse if you were married, with or without the intimacy. In fact, using the buddy system for intimacy is probably safer, healthier, more satisfying, and more reliable than going home with someone new each night. For the buddy system to work best, it'll have to be a recognized institution, complete with religious rituals, solemn vows, communal recognition, rights, duties, contracts, lawyers, and privileges. You should be able to have a party when you buddy up. You should be able to have your buddy visit you in the hospital. All the things that homosexuals have won by getting married. You can start the movement now by getting a buddy and sticking with them. You just listened to the post titled Marriage Rights for Singles by Keith Wilson of KeithWilsonCounseling.com. If I were to ask you to name a song by Dolly Parton or Queen, could you answer in under 15 seconds? If so, then you need to play Trivia Star. Trivia Star is a free mobile trivia game with over 60 different categories. If you choose the correct answer from multiple choices and beat the clock, you move on to the next level. The questions get harder over time, but if you get stuck, you can use coins and gems to get hints. And right now, Trivia Star is offering you 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download and play. And above all, I personally love Trivia Star because it's just a really great way of testing yourself and keeping your brain sharp, which of course is what we're all about here in the OLD Network. Download Trivia Star for free today and get ready to flex your brain muscles. Trivia Star has thousands of 5-star reviews in the Apple Store and is the #1 trivia game on the App Store. Download it today to challenge yourself. Just go to the Apple or Google Store and search for Trivia Star. Download Trivia Star for free today and get ready to flex your brain muscles. Keith, offering up some unique ideas as usual. Big thanks to him for letting us share his work with us today. I absolutely love this idea that he's proposed. It may sound unorthodox, but that's likely because it's just yet to become popular. Marriage is starting to become, a road less traveled for a myriad of reasons. Financial burdens, obligations, and overall, many people who are unhappily married, staying together longer than maybe they should, not because they want to, but because it's more challenging to leave and sort out what to do with everything shared, including children and all kinds of things. Each buddy system may also have more flexibility, as it's undefined enough to not be attached to certain ideals the way that marriage is. So this may be popular in the future, or it may not. It may work for you, or it may not. But to me, it's a highly interesting alternative that could entice a lot of people and keep them out of trouble, I guess. And with that, it is time to wrap up for the day, everyone. I really appreciate you being here and going on this journey with me today. Any episode chock full of new ideas is a good episode to me. So thanks for being here. And if you had fun, be sure to come on back tomorrow where I will return with more content, more inspiration, and where your optimal life awaits.